to a whole lot of nothing. Got his deed to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is God's country. We pray for rain, thanking when it's falling, 'cause it brings a grain and a little bit of money. We put it back in the plate. I guess that's why they call it God's country. I know sunrise sitting back in the 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water to town with the dogs running in. Play by the sound of a beating foundation with a little wind. I'm getting down and down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country.
Live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the San Francisco Giants going up against the New York Yankees. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to roll and towing the slab, Clark Schmidt.
He's someone you can rely on to provide quality innings in almost every one of his starts. He knows how to command the mound. His stuff is good, and sometimes it's even better than good. If he gets off to a fast start, look out. It could be a tough day for this lineup.
And he deals. Right through there for a strike. Now pop up on the infield. Chisholm puts it away for the out. Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. And an important bat for them, batting fifth in this one, Willie Adames.
Well, right in the middle of this lineup, and that's exactly where he belongs. I mean, he's there for a reason, Boog. This guy, they know they can rely on him, and he's a force, a presence there that, you know, puts a little trepidation in that opposing pitcher. We'll see what kind of impact he has in this one.
I'm obsessed with this Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash. With vitamin D3 complex.
God bless you, bud.
And that one is popped in the air, shallow center. 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. And digging in for San Francisco, Lamont Wade Jr. That's in there. It's 0-1. And he grounds one back up the middle. What a stop. The throw, nicely done for the out. And we're back. And on the mound today, Hayden Birdsong.
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Bottom of the first. And the batter now, Paul Goldschmidt. And base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Got a change up and a pretty good one, too. Outside corner, but he just got extended and put the barrel on it. Showed he has a lot of plate coverage on that swing right there.
Now the number 2 hitter, Oswald Peraza. Swing and a ball lifted to center field. Lee. And makes the grab. And there's one down. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. Their opponent on the mound today does run into some trouble finding the strike zone at times. So, Singy, I got to figure part of the plan, be patient, be selective today.
Yeah, you know coming in, regardless of, what that first inning's going to look like, you know his history. You don't want to help him out. You've got to be patient and make sure that when you attack, that it's a pitch that you can do some damage with. Otherwise, just build up some traffic on the base pass, push across some easy runs, and perhaps get into some of those gap arms in the bullpen.
Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't, and this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row, man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. Snags it on the run. Runner tags at second. He thought about it, but instead returns to second.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. And that is the inning. Yanks strand a pair, scoreless after one.
You wouldn't settle for bait man when there's Batman. Don't touch that. Well, no one touch it more.
Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, here's Elliot Ramos. Ramos walloped 3 extra base hits in his last game.
In this time of desperation,
Schmidt back to work. That one finds the zone. Strike one. There's the swing and a miss. Kenny Jansen doing home-plate duties in this one.
Not a huge strike zone from Jansen, so he can't really be called a pitcher's umpire, but he does like the bottom part of the strike zone. We may see some pitchers steal a few strikes down there, especially the ones right below the knees. That's if the catcher can present it properly.
In the air, right field. Judge getting an angle on it. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Well, off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
On the ground to third. Whips it across, and that is the inning. Giants down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back in New York, we head to the bottom of the second. Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. And that one fouled off. Wells launched a homer in his most recent game. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Ramos in position, hauls it in, and there's one away. Bellinger up to hit. Bellinger hammers one deep to right. And it hits the base of the wall. The throw in, and in there with a double off the wall.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. He hit that ball really well in the deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory through the fence, but you're always happy with an extra base hit. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Now the third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Cabrera matched a couple of homers in his last game. Man at second. Swinging a foul back, that's out of play. Second inning here, no score. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one back there. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Now the left fielder, Jason Dominguez. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. Not close with that one. Ball 1. Dominguez launched a pair of homers in his last game. The 1-1.
Ball 2.
There's a strike, 95 of that one. Runner at second, 2 down. A little bit low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Paul Goldschmidt in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Man on second, 2 down. Hit in the air, right field, and that one way back there, and that is way gone. He's up to 3 home runs in the series, and that gives him a lead. It's 2-0. That was blasting.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Paul Goldschmidt will climb in. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That one back. It's a bomb. Another one. Back-to-back homers. That's his 3rd home run of the series. And they add a run. It's 3-0.
Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, dude. This is the kind of thing that you really start to notice hitters in the lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Oswald Peraza. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And that skips into dirt. And the 1-0. Laser could be trouble, and it gets by him.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Aaron Judge comes to the plate now. We think of home runs when we see Judge, which makes sense because, well, he hits a lot of them.
Yeah, you're right about that, Boog. In fact, Judge hit 300 home runs before he reached 1,000 hits. The only other player in MLB history to do that was Mark McGwire.
I think of home runs with that guy, too.
Yeah, same.
Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you...
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 3-0. This is Yankees baseball on the show, NYC. Back for more from the Bronx. Mike Yastrzemski up here. Yastrzemski in his 6th season, hitting 7th in today's lineup, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games. 1 up, 1 down. Ferrar and Encarnacion, the next Giant to hit. And there's a strike. More numbers retired and more world
you okay, bud?
championships
Are you
than
sick?
any other franchise.
Keep
The
sneezing,
impact the
bud.
Yankees have had on baseball really second to none. And you come here to this yard, and it's all display. That one fouled off.
It's an organization for me when I was traded from the San Francisco Giants to the Yankees and put on those pinstripes for the first time. Not just me. You'll hear other guys saying they feel like they put on a big league uniform for the first time, even though they have worn another big league uniform.
And the batter now, Patrick Bailey. 2 outs, bases empty. Next offering is in for a strike. Let me put you on the spot. You played in Chicago. You talked about a little bit of time with the Yankees, but New York-style pizza or Chicago-style pizza?
Well, I've got to say New York pizza because I'm trying to cut the carbs. But no, honestly, you can't really go wrong in this city if you're getting pizza, whether it's 12 p.m. or it's 12 a.m.
2 outs. This to third. Throws to first in time. That ends the frame. 9 straight retired here to start the game. Yankees 3 and the Giants nothing. Back in the Bronx, set for the bottom of the third, and stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That one back there. Gone off the center field window. See you later. That one felt good, and they add to their lead. It's 4-0. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boone. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. Great pitchers are able to tease the outside part of the zone with the breaking ball. That means that it looks like it's going to be a strike, but finishes off the plate. Well, that one finished on the outer half, but caught just too much of the plate and hit for a home run.
Now the catcher up to hit, Austin Wells. Fly to left his first time. Right through there for a strike.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And a ground ball to first. Dives, and he can't hang on. No throw, and they don't get the out. Man at first, nobody out. Here's Cody Bellinger. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. He swings and crushes one. Deep on its way. Way back there. Gone. It's a belly ball. Second home run of the inning for him. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 6-0. Singy, he's been waiting for this moment to finally come.
Well, we knew it would come eventually, and I wouldn't be shocked to see him going a nice little run at the plate, hitting some balls out of the ballpark.
New arm for the Giants, Robbie Ray. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here's the third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera. And that's outside. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. The throw to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning. Jason Dominguez stepping in now for the Yankees. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a ball hammered. Left field. Way back there. And it is gone. Another homer. That's his 4th home run of the series. And they tack one on the board. It's 7-0. And their 5th home run of the game.
Some things in this sport are contagious, Boog, and right now for this team, clearly it's the long ball. get as many high fives as possible. Man, this guy's a ball of energy right now and having the game of his life.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. Paul Goldschmidt now. In the air, center field. Lee sizes this one up. He's got it, and there's 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. And next for New York, Oswald Peraza. And first offering is fouled off. And that one is lifted in the air. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. But they go deep 3 times in the inning and score 4. 3 innings complete. It's the Yankees 7 and the Giants nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
None of this makes sense. I don't know. You just don't wake up one day and take your AR, climb a rooftop, and go take shots at the president. It's not something you wake up with and think about. At least that's done for me. Like, that's stupid. No. That's stupid. You got to be off your rocker all the way to even fathom of doing a job like that, let alone, I don't think you'll get away with it. I'm surprised he got a shot off. All the counter snipers up there on the rooftops, like somebody, there's a lot of people who are not doing their job. If that would have came across my scope, I'm 100% down, I'm taking the shot. There's a guy on the rooftop with the rifle. He's not one of us. Oh, yeah. And I can see the commotion on the ground or I'm hearing reports. I'm taking that shot without question.
Are you waiting to get the okay to take that shot?
Yeah, I'm taking the shot. I don't have to wait for an okay. I know where my perimeter's at. As a sniper, I know where everybody's at. And there's a person on the rooftop that supposedly would have been secured. There's a lone gunman, open sights, with a rifle that's not one of ours, wearing a uniform, clothes that's not even ours. I'm going to take that shot without question. None of this makes sense. I don't know.
Hey, you know you're not actually allowed to drink the beer.
This Friday night, and he's got the solution for these cold early season games. The first 10,000 fans through the gates will receive
Swing and a miss. And that's strike 1.
Something I'm noticing in this one is that these hitters are aggressive early in the count. It makes you wonder if that was talked about in the hitters meeting before this game started.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Dominguez. 1 away. And up next for the Giants, Jung-Hoo Lee. 0 for 1 so far. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
And that one sliced foul. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 gone.
Well, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
So here's Wade now. Right through there for a strike. Hammered down the right side, but foul. The Giants yet to pick up a hit here. That one just misses, and the count is 1-2.
No, he's not afraid to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him.
And he got him. Strike three, and that'll retire the side. Giants are down 1-2-3. They continue to... Bottom of the fourth, Aaron Judge at the plate. That one lined into left field, and that's base hit. And the leadoff man aboard. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Trent Grisham. 0 for 2 in this one. This one popped up, middle of the infield. Adames. And there's one down.
Well, that's what he's looking for with the fastball above the zone. A swing and miss or weak contact.
And now, Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. And now to aboard.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
And up next for New York, Austin Wells. 1 for 2. Fought off foul. That misses the zone, and that is ball one. In the air, right side, Yastrzemski. Corrals it, and there's two away. So first and second with 2 outs. Here's the center fielder, Cody Bellinger. And first offering is fouled off. 2 on, 2 outs. Swings through that one.
No ball, 2 strikes.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Lee settles under it and makes the catch. That is the inning. Back here in New York, all set for the start of the inning. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Giants, Elliot Ramos. In there at the knees. Strike one.
All these Giants, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
And that is out of play.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Next offering is down low. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Willie Adames stands in. Fly to right, his first time. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Here's the pitch to Adames. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Now Matt Chapman at the plate. Grounded out his first time up. That's a strike. Out to short. Off balance beat. There's one. Double play. What a great killing. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Ray back to work. That's to third. Over to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
Jason Dominguez stepping in now for the Yankees. Got him to chase one upstairs there.
On the mound, you take a note. You see the hitter's willingness to chase that pitch upstairs. Get deeper in the count. Try to climb the ladder.
Nice grab.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Drilled out towards left center field. Lee pulls it down, and that's the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And digging in for San Francisco, Mike Yastrzemski. And he's the home run leader on this team, Siggy. Oh, great stop. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Herrera Encarnacion, the next Giant to hit.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Encarnacion, 27 years old, and he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Judge puts it away. 2 up, 2 down. Two outs, base is empty. Now it's the Giants catcher, Patrick Bailey. Check swing, cold strike.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as the stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. Back to the top of the lineup, Tyler Fitzgerald, the next Giant to hit. That one finds the zone. 0-1. And a swing and a miss.
Ahead 0-2 in the count. Sure, you've got 4 pitches you can work with, but throw something you can command and get this at bat over with as quickly as possible.
That's when I break my bones. Sit on my sky, we go there. My name's forever known. That's when I break my bones. Sit on my sky, we go there. My name's forever Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle, trapped in a cycle of opioid use, withdrawal, and relapse. Sublocade is for adults with moderate to severe opioid addiction, whose withdrawal symptoms are controlled by oral buprenorphine for at least 7 days and should be used with counseling. Sublocade may help them keep moving towards recovery.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So the Giants leave one. Well, we go bottom 6. And now the shortstop, Oswald Peraza. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Yankees, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
And he dodges that fastball. In the air, out towards right center. Lee sizing this one up. He makes the grab. One down. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. No, with the shift on, hits right into it. Adames, the throw to first. Judge out on the play. 2 down, base is empty. And now it's going to be Trent Grisham. And he swings and misses at the initial offer.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
And that's a base hit. And that extends the inning. So digging in, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Two outs.
Ball, that's down. When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
In for a strike, and it's 2-1. Here's a rocket out to left. Ramos right there to make the grab. And that is that. One left for the Yankees, but they're still in control. It's 7-0. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired. Boo, growing up, who was your favorite big league mascot?
The Philly Fanatic, still the best mascot.
Is there a reason?
Well, I love the Phillies, and I love Mike Schmidt. Michael Jack Schmidt, 548 home runs. He was my favorite.
Well, some people say you and the Philly Fanatic kind of have some things in common.
We have a similar body type, it's true. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Safe at second with a leadoff double.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun, and I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, there'd have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Fans, a new season is upon us, filled with hope and optimism for the months ahead. And what better way to stay involved all season long than with a full or partial season ticket plan? Whether you're looking for a handful of marquee games or all 81 home games, we've got a plan to suit every fan's needs. Stop by any stadium ticket window and talk to a representative today.
Here's Lamont Wade Jr. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And there's one down. Here's the left fielder, Elliot Ramos.
Hey guys, Bubba here with the Bubba News. All in one word, all in one news. How are you guys doing tonight? I cannot believe it is April 11th and a Friday night, and here I am saying I need to take a day off, and here I am throwing up the video. But I thought I'd change it up to the I didn't change it up tonight. It's the news cycle, but you know, going from war, I want to talk about peace because of what
Lee leads off second with one gone in the inning. Out to center. Bellinger under it. Hauls it in, and there's two away.
You know, you've got Saudi Arabia.
So, man aboard, Willie Adames now at the plate. And that one pulled foul.
Muhammad bin Salman. Yeah, let's just get right to it.
And it's second. Slides, but it gets by him. Coming home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 7-1. And here is Matt Chapman. And a swing and a miss there.
Pretty amazing, his first pitch strike percentage, over 90%. You know you're getting something in the zone first pitch. So if you're a hitter, you got to be ready to let it fly, even though he's had a lot of success on that first pitch of the at-bat.
And a base hit up the middle.
You know what I mean?
They stopped the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Now it's the right fielder, Mike Yastrzemski. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. And he hits a ground ball right side. Tosses to first. They limit the damage here. They get a run out, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Yankees 7 and the Giants 1.
This was a two-state solution.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game
I'm going to call
summary.
this video a two-state solution update because world leaders and government officials gathered at this 4th Italia Diplomacy Forum beginning today, and it goes through Sunday, the 13th, under the theme Reclaiming Diplomacy in a Fragmented World. I said this is pretty big because it's the Italian ministerial meeting for the implementation of the
Pitch misses
two-state
inside.
solution and
1-0.
lasting peace, quote unquote, in the Middle East. They're holding it in the Turkish resort city of
That's in
Antalya
there.
under the patronage of Erdogan. President Erdogan gave a speech this morning and hosted by the Turkish foreign minister. A bunch of guys were there, even Jolani, there of Syria, but more than 20 heads of state and government, over 50 foreign ministers, more than 70 other ministers, and approximately 60 senior representatives from international organizations, as well as over 4,000 guests, are expected to attend these meetings in the next few days. So this could be the Turkey meeting that we've been looking for to take place in April. Last month was supposed to be Jordan. There in February was Cairo, Egypt. There in January was where was that? The European. Oslo, Norway. There we are. I couldn't even think of it. But yeah, we thought this meeting would be in May, but that's probably going to happen in Saudi Arabia. But then maybe it's all. Oh man, let's keep going. But yeah, the next two-state solution will be in May, and it's supposed to be held in Saudi Arabia, of course, before the big UN June the June 2nd through the 4th UN conference takes place in New York City. So this is going on in Turkey, but the Turkish foreign minister Fidan said Friday that Turkey rejects any plans that aim at forcing Palestinians
This one in the air, center field. Lee on the move. Drops into the glove. And there's one away.
His remarks followed a ministerial meeting held under the theme two-state solution and lasting peace in the Middle East.
Here comes Cody
It was
Bellinger.
organized jointly by the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, that's the OIC, as well as the Arab League. So there was a lot of big names.
To the right side.
The Arab world regarding
And he takes it himself for the out.
Well, it's crazy because this.
Two outs, bases empty. Oswaldo Cabrera getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one.
Biden, the foreign minister guy right there in the middle.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Ramos makes the catch, and that'll do it. Yanks held in check, and they're on top 7-1.
International forum going forward. And he said, we urge Israel to declare a ceasefire and move forward with peace with the Palestinians. But the Saudi Arabia...
Back in Yankee Stadium, ready to begin the 8th, and now it's the Giants' DH. Herrera and
also reiterated
Carnacion.
his country's rejection of the displacement of Palestinians. But the interesting part, because this was a lot of it was about Palestine, and this is what they were talking about, but they're demanding an immediate ceasefire and ensuring that humanitarian aid reaches the civilians in Gaza. But the interesting part is what he said.
Schmidt back to work.
Saudi Arabia. Because we're really
And that's in for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Importance of the immediate return of the ceasefire in Gaza. Number 2, the need for a ceasefire to be sustainable, in other words, last.
And that is called miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Schmidt into his 8th inning of work, Siggy. He's been good.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that gets better as he gets deeper into the ball game. If you're going to get to him, you get to him early. They didn't do that today. We'll see what happens as this finishes.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Late cutting action to get the swing and miss right there. I mean, that's just really hard to account for as a hitter when you're seeing the fastball all the way, and then just at the last moment, it darts away from you and you can't reach it.
Guarantee the rights and security of the future of the Palestinian people within the framework of their own independent state. And in doing so, they want to make them the
Tap foul at the plate.
191st member state of the United
One out,
States.
base is empty.
But while this is still going on there in Turkey, and you can see right there the two-state solution, lots of keys in the Middle East, 11 April 2025. But the entire committee, including Europe, stressed the continuation of efforts aimed at empowering the Palestinian people to
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
Just a bit late on that 0-1 breaking ball. 0-2 hole now. He's going to have to shorten up, tighten things up if he's going to have a good bat.
Headed towards the corner. And that is a foul ball.
Implementation of the two-state solution, unquote, and the quote-unquote peace conference chaired by
Swing and
Saudi
ground ball
Arabia.
to the middle. That's a base hit.
And now to be hosted in New York.
So now back to the top of the order.
17th through the 20th. So this new meeting, June 17th,
So up next,
the 20th,
Tyler
could be a different
Fitzgerald.
meeting than the one in New York City, June 2nd through the 4th. And it just popped up onto the radar today in the news cycle, so I'm trying to find out more about it.
And that's in for a strike.
I don't know if it's still June 2nd through the 4th, which I believe it is, because it's still up on the UN webpage.
That one missing
Yeah,
inside.
17th through the 20th of June. I found that interesting because 2 weeks later, and instead of a 3-day meeting,
Fly
that's
ball
like
to right.
they do it the
And it
17th and
falls.
20th. That'll be a 4-day
And now
meeting.
two aboard.
Thursday through Friday. But while this is going on right here,
And
in
up
Turkey,
next for San Francisco,
you know,
Jung
Jeff
Lee.
Turkey hosted this meeting.
And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Here's some fun facts about Jung Lee. You look at the fact that he wears number 51. Not a shocker, but his favorite player growing up, Ichiro Suzuki.
Ball one.
In the dirt, but kept close.
UN two-state solution meeting that took place at the United Nations headquarters in New York City, as well as the one going on in Turkey.
Fights it off, you'll see another.
Twitter, he learned this story today in New York City, so this is pretty big. You guys
Good
remember
job to
a few
fight
days
that
ago,
one off.
Daniel from France said that he was getting together with Saudi Arabia and Mohammed bin Salman for the two-state solution of
And
peace.
they'll do it again.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
From the UN,
Popped
and the
up.
first permanent representative to the UN.
And there are two
Now,
outs.
here, the first briefing session for UN members and observers.
So first and second with two outs. And up next for the Giants, Lamont Wade Jr. That one finds the zone, and that is strike one.
Question in the implementation
Ball one there.
of the two-state solution.
1-1.
So in other words, the French and Saudi
Line drive,
Arabia
big hit right field.
representatives to the United Nations, both of them
Throw-in holds the lead runner in third, so it'll be bases loaded and two gone. Now the Giants four-hitter, Elliot Ramos.
What is coming and what is coming next? That is nuts. France and Saudi Arabia just gave a full briefing package to the entirety of the United Nations today, telling them what is coming.
And that's off the inside edge, and it's 1-0. And another ball.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or on. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Judge is under it. Brings it in, and that'll do it.
Under the Saudi and the French coach here.
Back now in the Bronx, leading off, Jason Dominguez.
Reaffirmed the Saudi Arabian Kingdom's long-standing and unwavering support.
Drilled in the air, high and deep, right field. That's back. It has the distance, gone. And he's gone yard again. That's his third home run of the game. And they tack on to their lead. It's 8-1. See where the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive.
So back to the top of the order. Paul Goldschmidt stepping in now for the Yankees.
The majority of participating UN members
And a foul ball.
authority of the UN today, including regional blocks and international organizations, expressed strong support for this Saudi and French-led initiative.
That's towards center.
For the state of
Lee
Palestine.
gets under it.
Two-state solution.
Hauls it in, and there's one away.
We're all on board.
Oswald Peraza stepping in now for the Yankees.
Then reaffirmed their commitment to the two-state solution as being the only internationally
first offering is fouled off.
going.
Now, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
This is Philly starting chemistry.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that'll fall for a base hit.
Commended Saudi Arabia for its leading role supporting Palestinian talks.
Here is Aaron Judge.
Of this conference and its efforts to maintain political momentum and encourage
Judge spoils that one.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
A meaningful outcome of the state of Palestine.
You know, it sounds like the old type of East Castle.
So, just so you know, Saudi Arabia is all on board with all of this. So
Judge waits. And down on strikes. 2 away now.
Typically, that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as the hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Yeah, now the 0-1.
You know, they've got to keep up the
And it's foul away.
But Saudi Arabia
leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
And this wasn't what was taken from an article in the Atlantic that was published last year in 2022.
Swung on, belted. That's back there.
Under the
and it's into the bullpen for a homer. He made him pay for that one. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add on. It's 10-1.
No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him.
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Eric Miller. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And now here is Jazz Chisholm Jr.
For example, last year in September 2024, India said that
Center field. Lee on his way over.
With Israel,
and that is that.
Independent
a 2-round trip.
I'm okay one more.
We go to the ninth. That will be the shortstop, Willie Adames.
Think about that for a second. An independent Palestinian state with East Jerusalem
and foul ball.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead and count, at times pitch to contact, but the defense worked behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Safe at second with a double. 3rd hit for him this afternoon. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something about
I'm going to scroll up for you guys.
that 9th inning. Being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
You can see there, right in the middle. Left.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound.
You see, just south of the word Jerusalem, there's that little gray box. That's the old city. And that little white area right there on the corner,
Luke Weaver takes over on the mound.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Man at second.
That's the green line. Line for making 49. When it goes back to that green line, Bruce gets split in half, left to the left.
And down on strikes he goes. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. Mike Yastrzemski, the second MLB Yaz, steps in. That one's in there. It's 0-1. This one chopped to first. steps on first for the out. So they're down to